Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and beautiful little lovelies out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delish. And that life is treating you most deliciously. It's all right, I was just adjusting my camera, my delicious little babies, and I hope that you're feeling the love. You continue to feel the love, my little honey bunnies. Now then, I've got a little bit of a hoarse throat today, my delicious little babies, so please bear with myself. And thank you. Now, I hope that the life is treating you deliciously, that you've got beautiful, super duper, and delicious weather, because ours is going a little bit, well, it's very overcast at the moment, and it's also been a little bit sunshining, but it appears to be a little bit cooler today, my delicious little babies. But never mind, as long as it's not raining, nobody minds a bit of rain, but not every effing day. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, what's the time, Mr. Wilson? It's 5 to 12 in our morning in our old England, my delicious little babies, and I've got some videos for you. Sorry. Oh, please excuse me, my delicious little babies. Must be something going on in France. Got a frog in my throat. Now then, my delicious little babies, Esmeralda has started to grow back. See, she's got a new leaf, and there's another little leaf growing down there. So now that she's back indoors, this is our beautiful Auntie Carla's little Esmeralda. Okay, I give her a kiss every morning and every night. Okay, so I talk to her, but apparently I'm only meant to water her once a week. Whereas, like, with other plants and everything, because I've been oh, itchy. Sorry, my delicious babies. I've had a really itchy nose. Surprise. I've been concentrating on my front garden, my delicious little babies. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, so I've got a number of videos, my delicious little babies. Now you know with myself, what I tend to do. That doesn't mean no, just get the hair out near Beatrice. Um, I have a mixture, so it's like today is a mixed bag. Okay, my delicious little babies, and so because it's good to have different topics, subjects. Okay, my delicious little babies, because there's always a point. There we are to what I do. Okay, so I'm going to start off now. This is somebody who, and by the way, with anybody not in that way, not in that way. This is somebody actually who I wanted to advertise quite a long time ago. Now, he talks about different tools, he talks about the scams on the market, my delicious little babies, do you know what I mean? Yes, because we must remember that the whole of the world is one big effing scam. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? So this is the first one. And it is an interesting channel, not in that way, not in that way, okay? This is about, things that, items, tools, that your man here now tries out, okay? Now, this particular, I'm going to tell you the uploader and everything, my delicious babies. So with any of these videos, should anybody happen to have any form of an interest, please and thank you if you would. Please kindly take a listen if you can, okay? Because it's a bit like licorice all sorts, you know what I mean? There's a bit for everybody, you know what I mean, okay? Some like the little dots on the licorice, little sweet ones, with a bit of aniseed. Very good for you, by the way. Others just like plain licorice, sorry, rewind and start again. Plain licorice, my delicious babies, got a bit of a tongue tied at that point. Also very good for you, my delicious babies. And of course, so there's like a little bit of the sweet, which looks like a sandwich. So there's a little bit for everybody, you know what I mean, my delicious babies now then. So this uploader happens to have 176,000 subscribers, my delicious babies. Me personally, I feel there we are that he should have more. There we are, that's just my opinion, my view. I'm a woman with a view, I should have my effing view. Okay, I do not say that's very much these days. Do I, my little babies? And the uploader is called capital P, proper, said to way, space, all in capitals now, DIY, DIY, hyphen, capital T, tools, then another space. Sorry, please excuse me, my delicious babies. I've got a bit of it. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Sorry, please excuse me. I've got to go and get some water. I'm sorry about this, please and thank you. I'm sorry about that, my delicious babies. I got me water now. You know something, I'm flipping. It's this niggly cough that I've got, my delicious baby. It will go, please and thank you. It will go. This water here, my delicious babies, is from this is Aquavale still spring water. It's made apparently in where is it? Is it Lichfield or something? Lichfield, Staffordshire. Okay, my delicious babies. Anyway, sorry. Get back to the matter in hand. So yeah, proper space DIY hyphen tools and then a curly hand. And then another space, capital E, effect. So it should read, my delicious babies, proper DIY tools and effect. The sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray. I'm not too sure what the weather wants to do today, my delicious babies, okay? Now then, the video should read, it's not a very long video, my delicious babies, okay? How long is it? All of these are around 20 minutes and under. Oh, sorry, pardon me, excuse me, my delicious babies, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now then, don't fall for this summer cooling scam. Yes, my delicious babies. Now, I've looked at his video a long time back, and I kept meaning to advertise him. But what happened was I just got overrun with, advertising other videos, my delicious babies. Anyway, what he's talking about, I'm sure that you may have seen it, my delicious babies, on the old YouTube, where they're advertising this cooling system. So it acts like, some sort of, to keep one's cool, like in the summer and all that, my delicious babies, Kai. And it says that the information that they give to do with advertising this particular item, which is let's just say really plastic. Okay, my delicious babies, because it's very hard to escape plastic, isn't it, my delicious babies, or plastic? You know what I mean, my delicious babies. Well, the fact of the matter is that what your man here does, bless him, not in that way, he takes things apart, okay, to see how it operates. It's very, very interesting to take a listen to, my delicious babies. And it turns out that with these such items that I think at one time they were advertising, one of these type of items for $69.99. You know what I mean? It's really clever the way it's done, isn't it, my delicious babies? I've said this before. It's $69.99. Okay, my delicious babies, what do I mean by that? Because the $69.99 sounds cheaper than 70, ka-ching, ching, 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 70 squids. You see what I mean, my delicious babies? So it's just amazing how you could hoodwink. That's the words I got, my delicious babies, anyway. So basically, what he's saying is, and especially with the warm weather at the moment, my delicious babies that our old England have been experiencing, which of course I feel is delicious, but that's another matter. Not to get conned into this, my delicious babies, that's basically what he's telling you. But he will take them apart. He's got lots of different videos. That doesn't mean they've just got an itch. He takes lots of different things apart and he shows you the mechanism, the mechanical side of it, and basically how it's built. Very interesting channel, my delicious babies, very interesting indeed. It's a bit like when ones watch, like car mechanical videos. I personally to enjoy. I never needed to stumble there. I happen to enjoy those type of videos as well. It's really fascinating how 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 you take things apart and then you put them back together again. I mean, really, it's pretty genius. There we are. It really, really is. Okay. And, to think now then that one's one to, oh, it's going super duper bright now, Martin Spags. And to think now then, tink and tink, that, tink, tink soldier, that, one's, you know, Lego electric cars, mad little babies, and Lego electric bikes, and all this jazz. Okay, that basically is a nightmare to repair. It's a nightmare to do anything with. Give me a good old fashioned, there we are, car, brum brum wheels, or a good old fashioned pushback, there we are, any day of the week. You know what I mean? Mad little babies, yes. Very interesting video, okay? Like I've just said, these are all under 20 minutes long, Martelish babies. Now, the next one, this leads me to saying, the next one, Martelish babies. So, you see, sometimes I'll advertise videos which are one offs, and then I advertise all my usual I advertise Martelish babies because it's just what I enjoy. There we are. It's just what I enjoy listening to. Okay. Of course, everybody likes to listen to different types of videos, don't they, mad to listen to babies, you know what I mean? If we're all the same, life would be pretty effing boring. But this one here, mad to listen to babies, I think I've advertised your mum here now once before. Okay, not in that way, like I say. This one happens to have 69.3 thousand subscribers, and he's called capital W Wax space capital U unfiltered. Okay, Martinish babies, that's the uploader. I'll just repeat that again. Wax space unfiltered. That's the uploader. They're all on YouTube, Martinish babies. Now then, this video here, I think this was running for about nearly 20 minutes. Should read, the UK heat wave is killing all foreign nationals. Okay, Martinish babies, so I'm just going to repeat this again for you, shall I? The UK heat wave is killing all foreign nationals. Okay, Martinish babies. Now then, so we're going to tick these off as we go along. So, what's this about? This is different clips or different little videos from other videos. Okay, Martinish babies, and what the uploader is showing is how one's been feeling with the hot weather in our old England, Martinish babies, and what their thoughts are, and how they're feeling about being in England, where the walls, because our properties are not made, just out of wood. Yes, we have wooden doors, and things like this now then, I suppose in other places they might have steel doors. Okay, Martinish babies, but for the average, Joe Blocks. Okay, Martinish babies, we will usually have wooden doors, or, some just have things that you can pull across and, things like this now then. But basically, this is one's complaining about the heat. Okay, Martinish babies. Now, here's the thing. I'll repeat this again, Martinish babies, because I feel the need to do so. Okay, so I'm glad that I've advertised these two the way it goes hand in hand, you know what I mean? One hand wash the other now, you know what I mean? Old-fashioned Jamaicans saying Martinish babies, yes. You see, unless somebody's got a health issue where the heat, it can be most overwhelming for them, especially with breathing difficulties, breathing issues, anything like asthma, what is it called? CPOD, anything like this, mad little babies. Okay, anybody has kidney problems, liver issues, liver problems, it can be very. The weather can be very stifling, you know what I mean? And in some ways, I do not mean to say this in the wrong sense of the word, mad little babies, but the weather can seem a little bit suffocating, and for some, really, really suffocating. Okay. But for ones like myself, I just adore this weather. I could live like in hot weather for the rest of my life. No trouble at all. I just adore the hot weather. I never ever complain. Okay, sometimes it might get a little bit because I have what you call sticky skin. Okay, my Irish babies. It's not sticky at the moment, but when I get really, really hot, you know, I feel that my hands go sticky and everything. You know, I go sticky skin. Okay, my Irish babies. That's what I call it. You know, see, you know, you might just need to, I don't know, walk indoors a bit. You know what I mean? You know, then go straight back out again. It's one of those, Martin, baby, straight back in the garden, you know, sunbathing. By the way, I do not use suntan lotion. I used 2 years ago. All I do, I've got a little squirty container. I just put water in it and just squirt it. That's all I do, Martin, babies kind. I do try my best. I mean, it's very difficult, but, you know, I am going to tackle getting round to making my own shampoo and making my own, there we are. I'm going to be getting round to that, but come on, I can only do like one thing at a time now then, you know what I mean? But the point is, my little babies, is that I try to do things as naturally as possible. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes? But getting back to this now then, the amount of complaining, I mean, come on, when we've got beautiful, delicious, there we are, and wonderful weather that we've been having, how can anybody, like I said, apart from, you know, another section of our, let's just say, because we're all one community, aren't we? Okay, maybe in different cities, but we're all part of one community. I do not even like to use the word community because there's a lot behind, there we are, that word as well, okay? There's so much, there we are, that I could say, okay, my delicious babies, but I'm just going to, which I've known, there we are, for many years, do you see what I mean? But you're just going to try and find different words, just becomes more and more flipping difficult as we go along. Anyway, my delicious babies, doesn't matter, because we always crack the curd. You know what I mean, my delicious babies, yes. But when I hear all the moaning, I'm just saying to myself, come on, just enjoy it. You know what I mean? How many decades of ones just to go and get a little bit of sunshine, my delicious babies, saved up all year to go on damn well holiday? You know what I mean? Whereas if you got the weather here, well, you wouldn't need to travel, but that is what I say, bad design, why they did, there we are, what they've done. Yeah, do you see what I mean? This is why I see things now. Things. You see what I mean, my delicious babies? But well worth a watch as well. Next one, my delicious babies. You know, it's just unreal. You know, just try just to enjoy what we've got. We're alive. There we are, we're alive, and we're just figure of speech. I do not mean this in literal terms, but we're alive and kicking, aren't we, my delicious babies? And that's the most, there we are, important thing. So when we get sunshine, enjoy it for most. If it rains, yes, enjoy it. But what's happening here, it's like there's no balance. But it's also interesting, sorry, going back to that video for a moment, my delicious babies, where they're talking about climate change. It's a crock of effing sharp, man. But yet, I cannot believe, I'm not saying this about the uploader, bless, okay? I don't say it about any of them. What I'm saying is that, come on, stop buying into this shart. Because that's what it is. Nothing more. Do you see what I mean? Now then, my delicious babies, the next one. Like I say, they're all under 20 minutes long. I'm trying to remember each one, but anyway, because I've gone boom, 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 boom. Do you see what I mean? Going through the videos. This upload of my delicious babies happens to have 60.3 thousand subscribers, and this will more than likely be a one-off video that I advertise, upload my delicious babies. It's called capital T, the space, capital D, drive, space, capital R, right, as in left and right. But we don't believe in left and right, do we, my delicious babies? That went out the window, whatever o'clock. Okay, my delicious babies, now then, for, there we are, more and more. Reviews, space, capital R, reviews. So it should read, the uploader, all spaces, the drive, right, reviews. This video should read, The e-bike market is collapsing. Nobody's buying. Okay, my delicious babies, I'm just going to repeat this again for you, shall I? The e-bike market is collapsing. Nobody's buying. Yes. Well, we get back to this again, don't we, my delicious babies, Kate? Me personally, I do not like these damn e-bikes. Okay, there's a load of them down by the shops now. And how much? Somebody told me, I mentioned this before, 6 squids, ka-ching, for an hour. And you can ride around on it. Okay, my delicious babies. Well, I mean, come on. When you look at this, it's, well, let's just say it's another invention, okay, that would tire, there we are, would tire easily. Tires, you know what I mean? Madlish babies, that's just words I got, would tire easily. Okay? And this is what we're going through. Okay? So you have a certain number of this crap made. Okay, Madlish babies, then it's like a fad. You know, because that's what it's called, isn't it? It's a fad. It's like, you know, a follower of fashion. It's like, you know, it's fashionable and everything. Everybody gets it. And then in the end, when it's comes to repairing it or whatever else, then it pees everybody off because they cannot get it repaired properly or anything. Do you know what I mean? Okay? So another interesting video to listen to, my delicious babies, but he breaks it all down. Okay? But yeah, we need to have more of these videos coming on our feeds, my delicious babies, you know what I mean? Which, of course, you know, is going to pee off those, you know, in the business of selling the shit. You know, there we are. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? But we have to do this, and we have to explain the other side of things. Do you see what I mean? Not just the one side that everybody sees. Now then, my delicious babies, so the next one now, this is on her YouTube. It's got 86.9 thousand subscribers, my delicious babies. And, sorry, excuse me. This uploader is called All Spaces, capital T, then capital P, philosophy, and then a capital O of, and then a capital M, marketing. So All Spaces, my delicious baby, should read The Philosophy of Marketing. This is the uploader, my delicious babies, okay? Now then, this video, this is not very long, should read, oops, sorry, just going over the D, from 1.6 billion to humiliation, how Stella Artois fooled the world. Okay, my delicious babies, so I'm just going to repeat this again for you. From 1.6 billion to humiliation, how Stella Artois fooled the world. Well, I've always known this beer even before I finished listening. I think I'm 3/4 of the way through this video. Many, many, many years ago, they called this, I'm so sorry to have to say this, so I'm not saying this for anybody who very sadly has suffered a domestic violence of some sort. I do not mean it that way. But it's called wife-beating beer. And why is it called wife-beating beer? Because it seems to have, I don't know, whatever it's got in it. So I was listening to the video, but I was thinking, you know, it's up to yourselves what your thoughts are on listening to this video, my delicious babies. And by the way, hop, which you find in, you know, beers and things like this, happens to be very good. They are very good for you. Okay, my delicious babies. But you see, it's when one start, there we are, tampering. They start tampering with everything, my delicious babies. And what does it create? It creates a bad taste. It creates a bad hangover in the morning. And it creates, looking at the big white bowl, there we are, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean, which I'm sure over many decades, anybody who's drank a beer beverage, rewind and start again, a beer beverage or a wine or a whiskey or whatever or a vodka. Okay, anybody at some point has always been looking down here, big white bowl. Okay, I'm hard to listen to babies. Okay, it's just some can take the drink, the liquor, as some would call it, and others cannot. You know what I mean? And then of course a lot of it comes into eating, so make sure that you eat, or if you cannot get anything to eat, a pint of milk just to line your tummy. You know what I mean? Mad delicious babies. But let's get back to the matter in hand. But yeah, hop is very good, but of course I'll tell you that it's not. Okay, mad delicious babies. But the point is, again, another scam, isn't it? I mean, if you look at some of the beers which I have, I mean, I personally drink San Miguel because there we are. I happen to like that beer. Okay, now many years ago, I used to drink Carlsberg, but then I noticed something changed, and it was like to where it was like drinking water. Okay, so therefore, I may as well just go to the tap and run it for 10 minutes and just drink a glass of water. I'll probably get more enjoyment because I do enjoy that sparkling water, my delicious babies. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, it's very lovely, especially, on a hot day, like fizzy water. It's very nice. Anyway, my delicious babies, but I'll probably get more enjoyment out of drinking that. You know what I mean? So I switched. But if you look at some of the other beers, they're not the same because they've been tampered with. There we are. They've been tampered with, my delicious babies. Now, you are noticing. I knew somebody many years ago, not in that way, many years ago, bless, used to he's not here with us anymore, bless him. Very sadly, he's not with us anymore. He's only young. Anyway, my delicious babies. But he used to make his own cider and his own beer, my delicious babies. And you know what? He gave somebody a couple of glasses. I'll tell you, it blew the flipping socks off, man. Completely flipping hammered. Do you know what I mean? That's just on 2 little cups like that. So you're finding more and more, and there's lots of videos on YouTube as well, my delicious babies. There's more and more who are actually, home brewing. That's what they're doing, my delicious babies. So it'll probably go back more to that, you know what I mean, where they know the ingredients, there they are, that are going into their beverages that they're making. You know what I mean, my delicious babies. So yeah, it's another little interesting little video to listen to, my delicious babies. You know what I mean? I mean, if you look in other countries, could be anywhere really. Italy, Greece, Spain, especially if one's like to have a little tipple, some do not. But they'll usually have a wine or whatever with their meals. Some of them 3-4 times a day, my delicious babies, you know what I mean? And they say that alcohol's bad for you. It's only bad if you're walking around care lad. I call it care lad all day, every day. It's bad then. If you're completely out of it each and every day, that's when it's bad. But I've known many, they enjoy a glass of wine or I used to go to a 99-year-old ex-head teacher when I used to do my care work, and she swore by a dash of milk. It had to be all measured, and a shot of whiskey, and it had to be measured. Then I had to put it in the microwave for so many seconds, not under, not over, so many seconds, and she used to have one of those each night. I said, so is this what keeps you alive then, my little lovely? She said, well, it's certainly not done me any harm. Do you know what I mean, my delicious baby? So, each to their own, but it's like if some drink whiskey, it doesn't suit everybody. Some will just go off the flipping heads, man. They'll have one too many and that's it. You know what I mean? They're flipping, they just want to, give out to everybody, old-fashioned Irish saying, my delicious babies. They just want to give out to anybody and everybody who they see. And that Stella Artois seemed to have that same effect. So what had changed? So I was listening to the video and I'm like, with, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that the uploader's wrong, of course not, because he's obviously getting his information from somewhere else, but for myself, how can it start off as a normal beer? Anyway, I'm going to leave it to you, Martin Lishtick Babies, for you to make your decision. Now, sorry, excuse me. Oh, sorry, excuse me, please and thank you. Now, finally, Martin Lishtick Babies. So, and this is something I wanted to mention now, and it was only through looking at another video that I came across this one. So this is capital N, the uploader, Nick, space, capital J, Jones, me and Mrs. Jones, do. We got a thing going on. Yeah, it always makes me want to hear Jones, you know what I mean? Space, capital T2. Okay, Martin, suppose I think I've mentioned your man here, not in that way, once before. Now, he's now up to 143,000 subscribers, and the video should read, again, like I said, they're all under 20 minutes. TikTok's biggest tarot reader made an announcement. Okay, Martin Baby, so I'm just going to repeat this once more for you. TikTok's biggest tarot reader made an announcement. Okay, Martin Babies are all ticked off, and now I'm going to close my book. Right, okay, I got my tarot cards here. Now then, Martin Babies, let's have a quick discuss, and then I'm going to be over and out, okay? Now then, Martin Baby, so what is this about? So this is about tarot cards. Now, apparently I've never seen this woman before, but anyway, she's on TikTok, isn't she? And she said that she's, well, words to effect, she's found Jesus. Okay, Martin Baby's now. Why am I mentioning this? Because a very long time ago, okay, and I've got a pack of 2 packs here of her name is Doreen Virtue. Now, for anybody out there, Martin Babies, okay, you will know who Doreen Virtue is. She does the angel cards, you know, and things like this now then. But she'd done packs and packs and packs and packs over the decades, Martin Babies, and then she stopped. Then she turned to religion. Okay, Martin Babies. There's a song, isn't there? Something My Religion. What was the year of that song, Martin Babies? I'm trying to get the tune on my conveyor belt in my noddle. Losing My Religion. That's it, Martin Babies, Losing My Religion. Now then, Martin Babies, well, she's basically what she's basically saying. Well, it is a form of that. So what your man here is doing, Nick, the uploader, not in that way, is he has speeded the video up, you know, because he said it's quite long. And so really, I suppose she's saying this is a religion. I mean, I haven't heard the rest of it because I haven't finished listening to the video, but I just need to bang the video out to all my little beautifuls out there. So thank you for any views, for any likes, the occasional comments. Okay, how I love you so. Okay, always welcome on my channel. Apart from anybody who likes to criticise, don't criticise my friends, don't criticise my ideas. Anybody who's like that, skip my channel, move from it, because your negativity is not required. Okay, please and thank you. Anyway, Martin Babies. So yeah, so in a way, I suppose she classed these as religion. Now going back to Doreen Virtue, and this is why I need to mention it. I've got to have another sip of water. Martin Babies, please and thank you. I can feel another coughing fit coming on. Okay, Martin Babies, well, anyway. So Doreen Virtue, a long time back now, went through this same thing, and that's why I'm mentioning it, Martin Babies, you know what I mean? Yes. But of course, when you start to go into things like this now, then what ends up happening? because I've clearly seen it. There we are with Doreen Virtue. You end up, all these packs of cards, years and years and years that the woman worked for, to build up a business and everything, and you end up giving it to their religious charity. Martyrs babies, all proceeds from the cards and everything, you know what I mean? Yeah. Let's have another sip of water, please, and thank you. So, what am I saying, Martyrs babies? Because I haven't finished listening to the video, but what I'd heard so far, my thoughts was, well, she wasn't saying this, so I'm not being a bitch. There we are. I'm just done telling it the way it is. She didn't mind using her cards, building up her business, this woman. Getting bookings galore. Because I'm pretty sure now that your woman here now then, there we are. Ching, 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 ching. She would have made there we are, a very pretty penny. Okay? So nobody can tell myself if she's the top one on TikTok, she would have made, there we are, her name would have got round anyway. And even with who she knows and everything, where she lives or whatever, okay, it would have been word of mouth. And basically she would have been making ching, 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 ching. We're in the money, okay? So she's even got a laptop in front of her where she's got everything, she's reading what she wanted to explain to anybody who has listened to her, has had bookings with her, and it's all there. Well, really, she should be able to just speak, there we are, in the damn camera, okay, Martin babies, and just be done saying how she feels from here. Not have it all typed out. Okay, if you got a website or something like that, you've got to put what it is about yourself, okay? That's all ding, ding, dong, dong, common sense, okay? But considering it's the last post that she was making, I would have spoke, there we are, truly from the heart. Now, this is something, I'll only ever mention this once because personally I've never seen this woman before, and I'm just being honest, my delicious babies, okay? But if she has found Jesus, I really want to see you. Really want to see you, but it takes so long, my love. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I love that song. Do, 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 do. Yeah, you got the normal version, you got the reggae version. It's a good song, that is. You know what I mean? Anyway, my Tish babes, I'm not taking a pee, I'm being serious. But things like this trouble myself. There we are. It really troubles me. And why does it trouble me, Marty? I mean, please do not get me wrong. I do not know your woman there. She does not know myself. But when you first listen to Nick Jones too, when you listen to his video, should anybody happen to have any form of an interest, Marty Babies, he has a woman, he plays this woman first. And bang on, there we are, what she was done saying. Okay, Marty Babies. So what I'm saying to yourselves is that if this is what has led your woman here now, your top TikToker, okay, TikToker, sorry, to take these steps, then obviously she's had some sort of other, I don't know, maybe she's going down a different route or something, okay? But to myself, these are just, well, they're not just actually, bless them, beautiful dear little cards. I've had them since I was 19. These are a tool, just like anything else, okay? But the woman was right at the start of the video. It's the energy that the reader gives. Just like when I do my angelic healing, they are exactly the same. Okay, my delicious babies. So it's the energy of the reader. It's the energy of the healer. Okay? So, I had a nun where I used to live, my delicious babies, and then as soon as she found out I did tarot, I remember saying this years ago on one of my videos, well, She said this has been total evil. She said, you must come away from it, Collie. You must come away from it. It's evil. But I thought to myself, I thought, but, you're talking about that now then. But at the end of the day, there's been plenty of evil things gone on in churches, isn't there, Martha Little Babies? And she's talking about my pack of tarot cards. You know what I mean, Martha Little Babies? Yes. So, yes, everybody's on a journey. And from what your woman was saying before I started my video was that she's been on a journey. But like I said, like anything, when it's served her, there we are, and it's served her well. But anybody knows, and I'm the flipping queen of it, anybody who's done tarot for years, I used to be doing, there we are, very well at one time with my tarot, but when I lost, my beautiful nanny and granddad Sir, my beautiful Nana Bear Sir, when I lost her, I just couldn't do readings anymore for a while because I was that distraught. I was that depressed. I was that down because my beautiful, how I love her so, my beautiful, dear, sweet, beautiful Nana. She was my rock. She was my anchor. She was very everything to me. I don't want to keep going on because I'll start getting upset. And it's been, 11 years now, but I still get upset. Okay, so I don't want to talk anymore about that because I get all upset. Okay, I'm out delicious babies, but, and I was blessed to have my beautiful dear little Nana for 41 years. But how could I do readings for others and give advice, which that's what a lot of this is as well. You're giving advice, you're giving guidance, you're giving help to others. Okay, you're trying your best to, if they've got a problem, in a way, and maybe some tarot readers are not going to like what I've got to say, but I'm just going to be done saying it. You are, there we are, quite like, there we are, an agony aunt, just like if you do healing, and I do not mean it in a nasty way, but there we are, but that is what you are. Okay, so you have to accept everything comes with it, isn't it? So your woman here now then, getting back to the matter in hand, so she's clearly made a ka-ching, ching, 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 isn't it? And now she's trapping out of it. What my concern is, and then I'll leave it like that. Anybody who does this, okay, because anyone could say anything's a cult. Some would say tarot's a cult. Me personally, I do not believe it is. I haven't done readings for a while now, actually, okay, but I do the odd one here and there, you know what I mean? But the point is, I mean, I've got to obviously get back on the, you fall off the back, you've got to get back on it. Anyway, I never fell off the back, it's just because I stopped doing readings for a while, like I just said. But the point of the matter is, she's made a change. What my concern is that I hope that she's not going to be, there we are, exploited. There we are, in another area. There we are, that's all I'm done saying, but I haven't finished listening to the video. Okay? Obviously, if she feels differently about the cards, well, she feels differently, doesn't she? With myself, my cards, my delicious babies, will either be going to my daughters, okay, or, when little grandbairns come along, you never know, because we're all spiritual in our family, okay? Because I've got two sides, very large family, actually, okay? The point of the matter is, it's very spiritual. We're just natural mediums, natural psychics, natural clairvoyants. There we are, natural healers. Do you see? Okay? So for myself, or they'll probably go to one of my little grandbairns or something. And if they all decide, well, we do not want it, I'll just say, okay, in decades to come, there we are, so they come with me. All my cards come with me. That's it. So if they do not want them, they might change their mind. There we are. They might change their mind and say, yes, Mum, yes, Mummy, I'll have them. You see what I mean? But everybody's different. But let's see how, there we are, her journey goes on. I'm not talking about religion. Look, everybody can be whatever religion they want to be. They do not clothe me, feed me, and pay my bills. I do that. So I'm not saying anything about other religions. I'm just saying that when one's come out, there we are, of something, okay, they're going from, what they would see as now being the frying pan, into the fire when it's been their whole life, they're not going from the frying pan into the fire now. There we are, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying if somebody feels, I personally believe, because who's what story, because it's a never-ending story. But the fact of the matter is, I believe, if anything, Jesus was a healer. He is a healer. Okay? That's my view. If you can interpret different books or different videos or whatever else, he was a healer. But if that's how she feels and she wants that healing, then she must go on that journey. But she must never ever forget, when she had plenty of food to eat, isn't it? There we are, she must never forget. Because it served her well, everybody served her well. I'm not saying she was ungrateful, she's not ungrateful, because I heard her say, she's, very thankful. But, helping anybody, my delicious babies, there we are. There is a high price, there we are, to pay. And I'm the flipping queen of it, my delicious babies. There's a very high price there we are to pay. Okay, nothing comes without its, ups and downs. It can be, with the best will in the world, it can be a bit, especially if you're busy and you're doing readings back to back, which is what I've done for years. Okay, my delicious babies, the fact of the matter is it can be a little bit tiring because you just need to recharge. You know what I mean? There we are, my delicious babies. Do you see what I mean? But of course, you're dealing with different emotions. You're dealing with others' emotions, and finding a way to help them or to guide them out of a situation that they found, there we are, very sadly, in many cases, themselves in. Okay, but then you can just do general readings. I've had the odd ones, I will say the odd clients who've come to myself over the years, and they just said, oh, could I just have a general reading, please? May I answer you? Yes. You know what I mean? Just see what's going on. It's just what's going on in life. Could either be for themselves personally or somebody close around them. But these are certainly not evil. It's no more evil if you look at anything else, like any holy book. And that's not me being nasty. I'm just saying, if ones want to go down the road of tarot, you know what I mean? Well, how far are ones that we are going to go with this? Or angel cards, how far there we are one's going to go with this? But Doreen Virtue now, actually, I need to maybe quack go her and see what she's doing, of late. You know what I mean, my delicious babies? But, when you start giving your change now, that you built, yourself up to, and you're giving it to somebody else now, then, hello, ding, ding, dong, dong. How does that work then, my delicious babies? That's all I'm asking, isn't it? Simple thing, just a question. But you'll never see myself, and I know that we can say the old-fashioned saying, never say never, but no, I'll never give up my cards. Doesn't mean I never need to stumble there, that I do not believe in my beautiful creator, because somebody created all of us. It's not that I do not believe that Jesus did not exist, because I believe he was a healer. Okay, he was a healer. Okay, so I do believe. But, if somebody was to, I don't know, whatever, because like I said, I had a nun, I had, you know what I mean? I've got a noddle in my own, I can spare thoughts to myself. I don't need to listen to nobody else. But I'll never give up my cards, never. And I can say that, there we are, wholeheartedly, in my camera, to you all, I'm never going to give them up. No, I'm not. And if only you knew, my delicious little babies, just before I leave my video now, okay? And thank you once again so very much for listening, for any likes or anything. how I love you also, and I hope that you do get the information that I give, that, somebody gets, I'm in pieces, bits and pieces, out to what I give out on my videos. But my point is that, I feel that there's too many, there we are, opinions on things, isn't it? Everybody's got an opinion for this, everybody's got an opinion for that. Why does others just not let others just get on with what they're doing? And when I look, which you do not know this, my Delish babies, over the years and years and years, how many, there we are, I have helped with their emotional state of mind. Okay, so do not mean that in a nasty way, okay, because I have had many different clients come to myself with different problems, issues, concerns. So I've helped many. There we are. I've helped so many. There we are. Really, really have. So does that make me bad for doing the tarot, or anybody else for that matter for doing the tarot? No, it doesn't. Or the angel cards? No, it doesn't. One's take from it is what they will. Some are scared of the tarot. Some, they don't want to know, I don't know, the unknown. It basically is just giving you guidance. That's it. Help one's out. That doesn't mean no. Help one's out. If they've got a problem, could be a relationship problem. It usually is. Sometimes it can be a family problem. Lots to do. Sometimes it can be a work problem. Sometimes somebody, bless the beautiful dear little souls, they've lost their direction. So, so we sort of rolled into everything really, tarot readers. And that's what I feel. Anyone who doesn't understand it doesn't know. But all I can say is, if your woman there's found Jesus, well, then leave her where she is. Let's stay where she is. But if she finds herself where she's, in order to continue finding Jesus, that she found she's got to part with her, what we would call old-fashioned saying, ching, 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 a pretty penny, then there we are, I would certainly question something. Okay, but we do not know, do we? Okay, my Delish babies, I would just certainly say she must be very careful about the road she goes down, yes. Okay, my Delish babies now then, because, you only have to quack, quack, go. Doreen Virtue, my Delish babies, and there we are, you'll probably get the gist of what I'm saying. Anyway, my Delish babies, so I hope she's all right, Doreen Virtue, and I hope that woman on her journey, that she'll be all right. But just never forget, the hands at Feder, there we are, the hands at Feder at the time. Okay, my Delish babies, and that's not me being bitchy. I was always truly thankful, and even if somebody comes, I've done a couple of readings, lately, and I did them for free. And there's someone who came from, was it Weston-super-Mare? Okay, my Delish babies, I've done another one, a while back to Cornwall. You know what I mean, my Delish babies, so I've just done it for free. But that's not really all the time. It's only because I know somebody else through somebody else, you know what I mean, that I would do that. But anyway, it's like if somebody came to myself and they said, Mia, I need a healing, but I haven't got no ka-ching, no change, no pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change. And I have done it. They've had there we are, free healing. Anybody there we are will tell you that. My Delish babies, you know what I mean? But of course, charity begins at home and you have to make some, there we are, change. And of course, you'll have on the other side of the coin where some would say, well, if you're a psychic or you're a medium, you should just give out information for nothing. It's all good and well saying that. But if you've got somebody who's doing it as a profession, which, that woman clearly was, and I did some years back, the fact of the matter is, you need your bread and ka-ching butter, isn't it? You got to eat. You got, keep a roof over your head. You got bills to pay. You got gas and electric, haven't you? I had daughters, so, I've got to clothe them. You know what I mean? My Delish babies, feed them. Make sure they're fed and watered. That's not me being nasty the way I've just said that, but, it's just an old-fashioned saying. You know what I mean? So if you should do everything for free, put it this way, for the ones who say, you should do it for free, So if they're doing something, if I was to go to them and say, could you do me a 3-course lunch each and every day or every 6 months, would they do it for myself? No. They'd probably say, no, I can't afford to do that. Do you know what I mean? So why do they expect a reader or a healer to do everything for free, isn't it? Food for thought, what I'm just saying. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. Anyway, just needed to bring those things up. So, wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Please continue to feel the love, okay? Because we've got to all give each other a great, big, massive cuddle. Okay, my little lovelies, and how I love you also. Okay, I always do. Okay, so anybody who watches my videos, sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. May your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected. And how I love you so, you know I love you so. Okay, it goes without saying. I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay, so until my next video, you just look after now. I'm going to have something to eat because, my tummy's going to be rumbling very shortly. Okay, so until my next video, how I love you so. Please look after yourselves. Please try to take care of others because we are in a bonkers, crackers and crazy world. So until my next video, love ya. Goodbye.